Captain Sophie Odessa and her crew are on board a steamship lost in a strange world in 1929. You must work together to survive, meet new characters, explore exotic islands, and seek out totems in Sleeping Gods. Welcome to Tantrum Mouse Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp. Sleeping Gods is a 1 to 4 player adventure exploration game. The playtime is definitely going to vary, but believe me, it will take some hours to get through it. This is designed and illustrated by Ryan Lockett and being published by Red Raven Games. It's on Kickstarter right now, and we have this prototype to look at. You'll always play with all 9 characters, the captain plus the 8 crew. You'll divide them up as evenly as possible between the players. You'll start your boat at the number 2 location. You'll track your morale and the ship status on the shipboard, and you'll start with some resources. You'll have a number of decks of cards that you'll use throughout the game, the ability, market, event, adventure decks, and more. Now I will be showing some things in the game, and there might be some minor spoilers, but I'm going to try to keep that all to a minimum. I just want you to get a feel for the game in this video. On your turn, you'll follow the steps described on the board. Draw an ability card into your hand. Take 3 command tokens. I know it says 2 here, but there's been a rule change. Draw an event card and resolve it. Then take 2 actions. There are a lot of different types of events that are going to help and hurt you. You could trade, you could gather materials, you could even take damage or try to fight things. When you take actions, you can do things like moving the boat to an adjacent region. You could explore. You could prepare by removing command tokens from your crew member cards. You could search. You could even visit locations like a port. When you explore, you'll read the story based on the number your boat is at in that region. I'm going to read one aloud to you. I'm going to give you some choices, but I'm not going to reveal any of the results of those answers. The ocean roar gives way to the echo of dripping water. A giant door carved in the caravan rock opens, and a creature emerges. You cannot see its face, but 2 eyes glow above a robe the color of blood and water. His dark face flickers like a candle made of shadow. "So many visitors this month," he says in a deep, hollow voice. "We're looking for a young man," you say. The creature chuckles, his face flashing with malice. "Yes, he was taking my pearls. But you know, he makes good conversation, and I'd bore without him. The other lost spirits here have lost my interest. Would you like to come and see him?" Inside the doors, Ulam's son sits chained to the floor amid a pile of bones, his eyes pleading, face sunken and pale. "He seems well, don't you think?" The creature's face twists in a cruel smile. "Why not leave him here? I can make a fair trade." So here's the thing. You find Ulam's son trapped by a shadow creature. The creature offers to pay you if you agree to leave Ulam's son there. So here's some choices. You could refuse and do some combat. You could attempt to negotiate, or you could accept his offer. Let me know in the comments below which one of these choices you would choose. Combat, try to negotiate, or to accept his offer. I think this brings some challenges to the team as they're trying to decide which way to go. Moral decisions. Are you leaving the guy there chained? Are you just trying to negotiate? And what does that mean? Or are you just going to accept what he's going to give you? So once again, let me know what you would do in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you would answer. You can even write down information on your map to help you remember what you need in certain areas. You can also use command tokens to equip cards from your hand to your different characters. As you saw earlier, there is some battling that can go on, and you'll be fighting enemies along the way. And I think the battle system works really well in Sleeping Gods. The game tells you what cards to pull for the enemy characters, and then you choose one of those and see if your strength of the crew member plus a fate card is equal to or higher than the enemy. If it is, then you'll do damage based on your character stats. You're trying to cover all the hearts on the enemy, but you have to lay them orthogonally to each other, and the enemy does fight back. Also, there are a ton of enemy cards in this game. I'm not going to show them to you. You may never know what enemies you might face along the way.
You're on a quest to find 8 totems to win the game. There are many more than that hidden among the islands, so you can play the game over and over again and keep finding new ones. You'll lose the game in normal mode if any of these things happen. If the ship's health reaches 0, if each crew member's health is reduced to 0, if you reach 0 on the morale track, there's some fate involved. If you run out of event cards, that could make you lose the game too.
The heart of this game is in the exploration and the decision your team makes as you read from the storybook. Are you going to battle? Are you going to help those in need? Are you just trying to survive and get some food? Maybe you need to repair your ship.
There are a lot of components. Hundreds of cards and tokens and even metal coins if you back it on Kickstarter. So you're definitely getting your money's worth.
In many co-op adventures, it's hard to get a team of people together on game nights. And I think Sleeping Gods is able to answer that. I mean, of course, in a perfect world, it's nice to go through a campaign with the same number of people from game to game. But in Sleeping Gods, since it is a co-op adventure, it is pretty easy, since you're always using the same number of crew, maybe some people can't make a game night. You can still play the game and progress through the storyline.
A playmat might be helped to designate the different decks of cards. They do have different sizes, so that does help identify them quickly.
What you do on your turn is pretty easy to remember because you'll be drawing cards and doing those actions, but if you forget, it's all laid out on that shipboard.
I like that you can level up your character. There's a lot of different cards in the deck that can enhance the different characters' abilities, and they make thematic sense. Also, the managing of your crew is important, because they're going to get tired and exhausted throughout the game, and won't be as powerful until you're able to remove these fatigue tokens, so choosing the right people at the right time is important.
The Atlas book has so many different islands that you can explore, and actually this is only a portion of what the real game will have.
There's also a quick start book that will take you by the hand and lead you step by step through the turns. There's also a journey log that will help you save your game from game to game.
The storybook reminds me of the books from Above and Below and Near and Far, but instead of playing a Euro game like you were in Above and Below and Near and Far, and then, reading from the stories and finding things, the storybook in Sleeping Gods is integrated and connected to everything that you're doing in the game, which I really like.
I'm a big fan of Ryan Laukatt's artwork, and he did a wonderful job in this game. I think he did a great job developing this world, and you feel immersed in it while you're playing.
This game is going to provide hours and hours of fun as you travel from place to place and explore. What clues will you uncover? What quests will you go on? Which way should you even steer the ship? All these questions and more will you experience as you play Sleeping Gods. Check it out now on Kickstarter from Red Raven Games, and we would love for you to subscribe to Tantrum House.